Hello, fellow investor. I want to welcome you to this channel. In this video, we look at the earnings expectations for Fidelity National Financial. Fidelity National is scheduled to report first quarter earnings on Wednesday, May 7th after the market close. We'll cover several topics to see how Fidelity National is trading going into earnings and help set expectations moving forward. We will review the current price chart and trend charts along with some key valuation metrics. I'll also share Fidelity National portfolio holdings and performance. Let's get started. Fidelity National Financial reports earnings Wednesday, May 7th after the market close. In the previous quarter, FNF reported revenue of $3.62 billion. Beating revenue estimates by $291.97 million. FNF reported earnings of $1.34 per share, beating estimates by 13 cents. For this quarter, the revenue estimate is $3.32 billion, with earnings per share of $1.11 expected. Over the last 90 days, 2 analysts raised estimates and 3 analysts lowered estimates. FNF hits or beats analysts 1 year forward estimates 91% of the time. The options market is pricing an implied move of plus or minus 5.51%. My Fidelity National holding is 2.4% of my equity portfolio. I first entered Fidelity National in March of 2022 and have trimmed and added since that time to manage my risk level. The total return of my current Jackson Financial holding is 108%. We can see on the price chart that over the last year it's pretty much been up and to the right. There was a pullback briefly between the middle of December and the beginning of March. Like other equities with the tariff announcements, they did see a pullback, but they have managed to regain most of that loss. They're currently trading above their 5-day simple moving average, their 20-day moving average, and the 50-day, as well as the 200-day. We do see good relative strength with the RSI sitting at 58. We see good momentum with both the 12-day and the 26-day above the midpoint. When we compare relative strength of FNF to the SPX, we can see that it's trading pretty much in line. Accumulation seems to be fairly good. We do have money flow that is positive. Then when we compare FNF to the SPY, we can see that it's outperformed the SPY over the last year by 17.36%. It has outperformed the financial sector by 5.23%, and it's outperformed its industry group by 19.45%. Looking at the 5-year weekly trend chart, we can see that FNF is trading above its long-term averages. We can also see in the midterm that it's outperforming its midterm averages. And in the short term, it's also performing its short-term averages. Comparing some key financial metrics of Fidelity National compared to the sector, we can see that Fidelity National is trading at a 10.67 times forward PE compared to the sector at 10.39. We can see the expected EPS growth rate of Fidelity is 25.51 compared to the sector at 9.39. And the expected revenue growth is 16.34 compared to the sector at 6.28. Turning to profitability metrics, FNF has a trailing net margin of 9.26% compared to the sector at 22.79%. Turning to fast graphs for Fidelity National Financial, we can see that they're trading at a blended PE of 12.7 times. They have an EPS yield of 7.88%, and they have a dividend yield of 3.11%. Over the time frame shown, they've had an adjusted operating earnings growth rate of 15.49%. FastGraph calculates their fair value ratio at 15.49 times, and the market normally prices them at their normal PE of 12.55 times. If we look at earnings, we can see that they had a drawdown in their earnings in 2022 and 2023. Over this time frame, those are the only 2 years that we saw a decline in earnings per share. 2024, they had a 30% increase in their earnings per share. The analysts are expecting a 27% rise in earnings in 2025, 16% in 2026, and 13% in 2027. If they continue to trade at their normal PE, we could expect a total annualized return of 22.9% between now and the end of 2026. I hope you found this earnings preview helpful. If so, please subscribe to the channel for future videos and consider giving a like to help support the channel. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you the best in your investment journey, and remember to trade well.